Now, obviously, you don't have to drive all the way to Susanville to see great local live music. In fact, Luther Red will be performing a free show right here in downtown Reno at the Blue Moon Beer Music and Art event. Reporting live, I'm Kristen Wood.
They're infants and toddlers with broken bones and burns. The Washoe County Social Services Director says his agency gets about 6,000 reports of child abuse and neglect every year. That's why top law enforcement officials took a stand today, saying we need to put more money into protecting our kids. Coal 8 News Now Denise Wong reports.
The Early Head Start program also works with local high schools, making it easier for teen moms to stay in school.
Turning the page on the calendar also means switching gears when it comes to Reno events. Still ahead, we preview the final performance for Art Town in a live report out at Wingfield Park.
Doctors say in the end, the best thing a woman can do to protect her health is to get checked up regularly.
For some, a tattoo is simply that mistake you made one crazy night during spring break. But for others, it's a way of expressing themselves through art. Reporter Charlie Woodman checked out the National Tattoo Convention, but just to watch, not get tattooed. And Washoe County deputies are now saying a 15-year-old boy is responsible for starting as many as 9 fires in the Sun Valley area. The fires were set over 4 days. The teen is now facing 3rd and 4th degree arson charges, which are felonies. Those fires came close to homes, but luckily none were burned. The fires may have caused as much as $12,000 in damage. Investigators believe the fires were started by using a lighter near some dry vegetation. Investigators aren't telling us the teen's name because of his age.
There's a national champion walking around on campus, and it's in a sport you might not know even existed at UNR. Andrea Napoli took first place in the Women's Downhill National Championship in Angel Fire, New Mexico. And Danny Griffo wasn't far behind her, placing 3rd.
Nationals it's a big race. It's a really big deal, and I was really nervous before the start of the race.
Winning was amazing. It was the course was so difficult just because of the conditions.
The racing conditions were tough, with trails buried in snow, which eventually turned to ice.
The fact that I was able to hold together a solid enough run to win was awesome.
Napoli, a graduate student, will be graduating in May and no longer racing for Nevada. Griffo, on the other hand, is only a sophomore with a few more years to compete and work towards representing Nevada as a champion herself.
Winning would be absolutely amazing, but I take it one step at a time and improve what I have now.
Napoli and Griffo are 2 of Nevada's most overlooked athletes. Nevada's cycling team is a club sport, which means it doesn't receive any funding from the university. All their support comes from sponsorships and out of their own pocket.
You know, the fact that we are doing so well is pretty great.
I'm Kristen Wood. There is nothing like a free concert in the park. That is what happened at Memorial Park in Susanville for the Luther Red album release party. But it wasn't just about another album coming out. It was about the community getting together to support local music and artists. Luther Red was formed by Brian Taylor. He grew up in Susanville and feels this small town, local family feel is important.
And we've kind of developed this family of musicians here, and we kind of stick together. We support each other.
That family feeling spreads all the way to Reno. A few bands from Reno came to support the event and fellow musicians.
I really enjoy supporting the other local bands just because there's such a large talent pool in Reno and kind of the surrounding regions. There's really something special going on here, and I don't think most people have quite caught on to it yet, but it's really building well, and I think people are going to take notice very soon.
Robert Clark and Anthony Varietta of the band Silshota and Tyson Schroeder of 6 Mile Station and Luther Red are all local Susanville boys who now call Reno home. The band from Reno made the drive to Susanville because the music community extends to all of the northern Nevada and northern California area. The crowd at Memorial Park was one of the biggest Brian Taylor has seen. Many were friends and family of the bands. Others were locals who saw one of the fires blanketing the town.
I think the concert's great. I think Susanville needs it desperately because I think true talent comes from somewhere in Hollywood.
In addition to the free concert, there was a raffle, barbecue, and plenty of fun to keep the kids busy. Taylor is a self-produced musician, and this is the band's second album.